What's going on, guys? This is just going to be the weekly challenge, my thought process, and kind of how I go through it. I have yet to actually look at this weekly challenge. Looks like a wave 13. They leaked 73%, so we don't have to do a whole lot to actually do better. Don't have to do a whole lot to do better than what they leak, right? What do we got for units? We got Pegasus, a couple Sky Queens, a couple Yozoras. I'm just going to place all my units down, see what I have in total. A couple Dark Mages. So this looks like a Harpy build through and through. That they attempted to get things going in. So let's go like this. I'm just gonna not do it with this extra Harpy. For the sole reason that I want to see how it works without the extra unit taking all that mana, right? Like the extra Harpy doesn't really give you much for damage, but it takes a lot of extra mana away from your mana units, right? Ooh, I was just informed in chat there's Magician as well. Dear God, Harpy's so bad on 13. Okay. Reset. Magician as well. Oh, that changes things. So you have Magician here, maybe? Let's try it. Giant Snails is actually a really good counter to what he has here for value and units. The big thing I'm noticing right now is that a lot of units get low, but nothing dies. So we're going to have to build a little bit more to get some better aggro. So what I'm thinking here is... They're 350 over even, dang. What I'm thinking here is let's try to shift this around a little bit so that things maybe are more centered. Giant Snails is really good against the units you see in front of you right now. Harpies are awful against Giant Snail. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to put all of our shitty units on the top left. I'll kind of go from there. Split might help, but the problem is with Split is that you lose some Sky Queen value. So maybe that is the play. We'll see. I imagine there's something to do with the fact that you need to snipe the mole or get some type of good aggro right away. Penny's a monster at these, though. Okay. Let's see now. There's another option here. We place the unit here. We go Magician on our Harpies and Steeds in the back here. But not on our Dark Mages. Then what we'll do is we'll add a little bit of a split on the right here. On the wall. Let's see if this holds. The Magician on the Harpies might be a big difference. The problem is, though, if you noticed already, is there's still some weird split damage going through. Penny got 340 because he's a magician, a literal wizard. And I don't know how the man does it. Some of these builds are very RNG based, though, where like if you just hit certain units better, aggro-wise, you'll hold more. And it has nothing to do necessarily with being like super good at a certain thing. There you go. Oh, look at this is Green Spirit. I wonder if he's still in our chat. Green Spirit leaking hard. Name a more iconic duo. I kid. Let's see here now if we move this guy to the split, add... this should still be fine. Just keep filling with this. The only other thing I could think of is potentially having the Dark Mages higher up would be better. You're also kind of, I just thought of this too, you're fighting the RNG of how many dodges the Yuzoras get, right? Because if the Yuzoras dodge more frequently, you're going to get more value out of them. So how many dodges Yuzora gets is actually quite a big difference, as well as how early does the mole get sniped. Like in this situation, we hit mole really late, right? And that mole dying early gives your harpies a lot more value. So I got another 37 here. What you can also do too is we can try maybe going really far back on our split on the right? Delay just a little longer, for instance. You can snipe right away if you put harpies more mid. Yeah, I think it looks like it's getting sniped already though, which would be nice. Okay, it's sniped. Sweet. Is it too late is the question. The benefit of having like the mages in the magician probably is pretty high. We just got to figure out if it's worth it to have them that far back, right? Like we just held better here. And that was solely based off the RNG of killing the mole early. We can try putting magicians way back here. The problem I have is that magicians way back here is going to be less value early, right? The magicians have to like run all the way forward, so they're getting less damage early. No mole snipe here. At least not that I can see. Nope. So we're going to do worse on this run. If anybody's interested in getting like the just the weekly achievement right now, though, this is really, I think, probably a pretty easy not achievement, but well, yeah, it's I guess an achievement. The weekly points, Mythium essence. This will be an easy way to get it. Retry until snipe, yeah, you can. That's kind of the beauty of this. You can continue to try sniping. The beauty here, though, is I might try to go a little farther on the side here. To see if I can get a little bit better aggro. That mole not getting targeted, but the snail getting targeted hurts. I was hoping maybe a little bit more travel time would be better, but it seems like it's actually getting worse. I just can't tell either. I think the real play here is to have all your Yuzoras frontlining and have your antlers doing damage. It seems like that's doing the most for us here. We're going to shift this over to slightly to the left now to try to get that better sniping for us with the mole. It might cause these units to get targeted, though, which is the problem, because we want our steeds to stay alive long, right? Because the steeds, 1, are good magic damage, and 2, continue to buff the Sky Queen. And so that's where I worry about, yeah, in this situation, the steeds go really too far to the left. Or far to the right, excuse me. And it didn't actually snipe them. So what we can try doing is I can maybe go like this and put this here and put the Dark Mages there. Mole. No target on the mole. I do get actually some decent aggro with the golem back here. Like, this isn't necessarily great for us, but at the same time, it's not bad either. As long as this doesn't die. If this harpy dies, we're in a bad spot. But if the Harpy survives, we're okay. It's going to be worse. Those Dark Mages, I think, do a lot more damage than we're giving them credit for. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the general idea behind this, right? You just kind of keep fiddling with it and see if what sticks. Eventually you can make it work. I don't want to do both the Sky Queens in the back line because this Harpy doesn't really give you a whole lot of damage, the base Harpy. You'll see here it's doing 818. So like it's something, but it's not like a huge difference. It's almost more beneficial to just have the steeds buffing it right away, because the steeds buff is going to give it basically full mana almost instantly. It almost has full mana right away because of the charging with Magician, and then one single splash and it's almost full. Like, there's a difference to it, but it's not huge. We didn't snipe Mole again, so we're not going to be able to win this one. Yeah, there's no aura with the base antlers. No aura with the base antlers, so that's part of the thing too. It's like you don't get a whole lot of value out of those base antlers, aside from their damage. They're decent damage dealers, but that's about it. Oh, Mole runs forward. Do we snipe it early? No, doesn't look like it. The fact that Penny was able to get 340 on this means that he had units that he actually left out, which is absolutely insane. No clue how he does it. We'll be able to see our last week's the build next week, though. Just RNG with dodge, that'd be my guess, too. Because you can probably get rid of the Bone Crusher pretty quickly. Probably get rid of some of the Bone Warriors pretty quickly. This base Harpy probably isn't used much, if at all. There's a lot you can probably do to get this to be pretty holdable still with good RNG on the Yazoras. I'd imagine you probably only really need Yazoras and maybe an Antler. You could legitimately have Antler and Split, and that's all you'd need. I don't know. That's kind of the hard part, right? So let's just do it. Let's fuck it. Put 2 Antlers and Split. Is this better? Is this worse? You don't know. It causes the Mole to go right, which is fine. Do we hold any better or any worse? You know? That's kind of the fun about these, is that you can just kind of tinker, and you can tinker with these for hours. If you really want to be crazy about it, you can tinker with these things for hours. The hard part is, though, is at a certain point, you need to try a build for, like, you know, 10, 15 times. To even see if it's even close, right? I'd have to try this setup 10, 15 times, reset, 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 reset. And you can continue to fuck around with it for ages. Like, yeah, having Steeds partially tank, you need to have Steeds partially tank, you need to have a bunch of different things going on. But for the most part, this is kind of how I would do it, just to get the points, and then kind of go from there. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, catch my other videos. Otherwise, see you guys next time.